The people got you never buy my love.
now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to meet your starters for the visiting Sudbury Five. Number 2, Braylon Rayson. Corey Dixon.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Mile 1 Center for St. John's Edge Basketball. My name is Steve Power, and I will have the call of tonight's game. Once again, joined in the booth by Ryan Brockerville on color commentary. Ryan, we have the Sudbury Five in town tonight. The 7-3 Sudbury Five, a quality basketball club and expansion team, much like the Edge last year. Talk a little bit about the weapons we expect to see from this Sudbury team.
Yeah, the Sudbury Five have a great starting five. Mixed in to that starting five is Jalen Bland, Braylon Rayson,
Braylon Rayson.
Rayson.
As in raisins. Rayson.
Yeah.
Racing down the floor.
He will be racing down the floor. He plays with speed, likes to get shots up, is the leading scorer in the league, so definitely something to watch for the Edge. Along with Bland. Bland is a great shooter from beyond the arc, much like the Edge's Carl English. So they'll be looking to run him off the three-point line all night long.
Much like the Edge's Carl English, but Carl English not in the lineup for the St. John's Edge tonight in his street clothes down there. And I'm only assuming, Ryan, that would be the 4 games in 5 nights thing. I mean, you got to take a game off here if you're Carl.
Yeah, for sure. And Carl missed a couple games early on in the season, nursing the ankle injury. So to avoid agitation of that ankle, I assume that he is sitting out tonight to just rest up.
I think that's a great move by Doug Plum or Carl himself, whoever made the call. But I mean, there's certainly no championship trophies handed out in December, so that's a really good move. Let's talk a little bit about the return of Grandy Glaze to Mile 1. Glaze led the Edge last year, and rebound was a big part of their inaugural season success. And from all intents and purposes, he's off to a flying start with the Sudbury Five. Talk a little bit about what we expect to see from Glaze.
Yeah, Glaze leading the league in rebounding off the bench. Despite coming off the bench, he's playing very well for the Sudbury Five. Is not the biggest guy, but is certainly strong. He likes to use his body underneath the net and does very well. So the Edge are in for a tough battle with him tonight, for sure.
Grandy Glaze can be easily described as tenacious. I think his tenacity was unmatched last year in the league. But I tell you what, I saw someone we only saw this past weekend, a brand new player for the Edge, by the name of Obino Oleka, and you talk about tenacity, that young man's got it in spades.
Yeah, for sure. He plays with a lot of heart and a lot of passion and a lot of energy, which is infectious. So getting him into the lineup, I think, is a great move by Coach Doug Plum, and we would look to use him for sure.
Well, I can tell you one thing, one award's going to be handed out, and it's going to be the worst uniforms in the league award, at least from a broadcaster's perspective. Oh my goodness, what is this the Sudbury Five are wearing? You can't see it. Now, folks, I'm not knocking the Five's uniform. It's our vantage point from here at Mile 1. We're way up top. And I'm going to apologize in advance, folks. I cannot see those numbers. I'm looking at you thinking maybe you can, but...
I don't want to say it's an age, but...
It's me. No, listen, I, as well as being fat and stunned, I'm half blind too, so that is a fact. I know Braylon Rayson traditionally wears the headband. I'm guessing, is that Rayson right here?
Number
24. Oh boy, this is going to be a tough night at the office, folks.
24 is Relaford, and 7 is Rayson.
Here we go. Sudbury 5, St. John's Edge, the Edge in blue, and the Sudbury 5 in white. It's Travis Relaford with the ball. He's going to move it over to the man bun wearing Antoine Chandler. That's how I can remember some guys. The man bun now and the headband. That's what we're going to have to go with. First miss of the game goes to the Sudbury Five. St. John's going to bring it down the floor. Junior Cadogan on the floor with Obino Leka drawing his way into the starting lineup here for St. John's. No big surprise with that either, and that's not to discount the play of Keith Wright Jr. He's still out there as well. St. John's have just gotten bigger, Ryan.
Yeah, for sure, and that's something they needed to address. They were having issues rebounding the ball earlier in the season, so they bring in Oleka, they bring in Big Baby Davis, and you're going to see these guys fold into the starting lineup.
Des Lee bringing the ball up the floor, had the ball chipped out of his hand. Des Lee with a monster of a second half on the weekend. Really made his stamp on that game. Here's Mo Jones. Mo Jones, guys, one go in and out. Keith Wright Jr. says, "Get me that ball!" Keith Wright Jr. taking it like a robbing candy from a baby there. Wright Jr. puts it up. Here's a shot from beyond the arc. That one's not going to fall. Sudbury coming up empty here early on. Des Lee now for St. John's. Here's Lee. Lee to the floor, kicks it outside for Junior Cadogan. Cadogan around the pick, picks up his dribble a little bit early. Got to move it out to Mo Jones. Maurice Jones Sr. Shot clock coming down to 5. Jones finds Oleka coming through the key. And that is a sweet, sweet feed there from Mo Jones.
Yeah, great play by Jones there, getting inside, using his dribble, and finding the open Oleka for the finish.
Sudbury 5, Corey Dixon gets his team on the board there. Their first points of the game. Nice cut to the basket there for Dixon to get the bucket. Des Lee out for Maurice Jones. Jones outside for Oleka. Obino Oleka, big guy, not going to shoot it from out there. Puts the ball back into the hands of Junior Cadogan. Cadogan will pick up and let it fly. Oh, Cadogan can't get that one to drop. Rebound pulled down by the 5. Relaford in for Chandler. Chandler out into the paint. That one's going to get pulled down. And Sudbury really struggling on the offense here early on. Mo Jones sees a little daylight, comes around that pick and roll. Rolls away, but the ball rolls in and out of the hoop. Nothing going there for the edge. Here's Rayson. Braylon Rayson. High elevation, kisses that one off the glass, and that one will drop for 2. Fast break. Offense here for St. John's. Cadogan goes hard to the rim, and he will draw the foul and go to the line for 2.
Yeah, great play by Mo Jones there, pushing the ball up the floor. Yes, the Sudbury Five scored on the opposite end, but you get the ball in quickly, you headman it up, and that's a great play by Cadogan, taking it to the basket and drawing the foul.
Junior Cadogan going to go to the line for 2. Steps up, he puts a little bit of liquid Drano on that first one and knocks it down. Junior's mom telling us the other day, always good around the house, clean the house, Junior was, helping out. So that's why he's familiar with the liquid Drano. And you're laughing at me as if you don't believe me, and for good reason, too.
I'm assuming you didn't talk to his mother.
I would not know Miss Cadogan if she hit me in the head, which she probably would for saying that. So anyway, here we go. Sudbury shot from the outside. Oleka goes up. He'll get a hand on that rebound. Knocks it down. Maurice Jones Sr. will pick it up and come away with it. Jones kicking it outside for Oleka. Oleka outside for Jones. Jones way outside for 3. And Mo Jones Sr. pick it up right where he left off this weekend with a hot hand for the St. John's edge.
Yeah, good job by the edge there, moving the ball around, getting some dribble penetration, and finding the open man.
We've got an offensive foul. Chandler was coming around the screen there. Looks like that foul is going to go against possibly Relaford. Johanny D'Alembert picks up his second foul of the game already, and that's not good news for the Logan Stutz coach, Sudbury Five. Logan Stutz, a great player in this league in his own right. Played with the Windsor Express last year, and one of the classier guys that you meet in this league indeed. So Logan off to a good start with his Sudbury Five, and we wish him the best of luck. Maybe not as much luck on tonight and tomorrow night, but certainly good luck all year.
Yeah, and a former player knows exactly, what players like, and, can find ways to relate to players in a way that, coaches who never really played the game can. So.
Dixon lays it out for Rayson. Back in for Dixon. Dixon backed up by Keith Wright Jr. Good defense there by the big forward for St. John's. Ball put in the hands of Junior Cadogan. Cadogan out for Des Lee. Lee, a little bit of space, pulls up for a jumper, can't get it to fall. And one thing right off the bat, Ryan, and I'm not surprised, I'm a little surprised, I guess, the pace. This is one of the quicker games we've seen this year. St. John's coming off games Saturday and Sunday, Friday and Sunday, and they are really got their foot to the gas here to start. This is a blistering pace.
Yeah, and this is what the Sudbury Five have like an impact on the game. They want to play fast. They get up and down. They're the highest scoring team in the league, so they like to move the ball and they like to get a lot of shots up. So the Edge have to be careful here not to fall into that way of playing and play their own game.
I tell you what, if I'm the Edge coach, I'm okay with the run and gun. I like it. I think the Edge have got the horses to play that type of game, and if you want to come into our barn and start shooting the lights out like that, bring it on, big fella. Let's go.
Yeah, for sure. But I think the Edge have quite the size advantage in this matchup, so I would like to see them use that size against the Sudbury Five, wear them out a little bit.
And that is why you were the analyst and I am not. Mo Jones. Jared Nickens into the game. Nickens' first shot. That one doesn't come close. The Edge taking away down the floor. Nice pass inside, and there's an easy bucket there for Travis Relaford for the Sudbury Five. Sudbury got the lead down to 2. St. John's off to a nice little run to start the game. Sudbury scratching their way back into it. A different starting 5 than we've seen all year. No Carl English on the floor. Used to seeing him. Mo Jones picking up. We see Glenn Big Baby Davis stepping up to the bench now. We'll see him come into the game. Mo Jones had a little floater in the lane, came up way short on that one. But to your point, Ryan, St. John's real tough underneath the basket, offensive rebounding. Good job by Obino Aleka.
Yeah, doing a great job so far. Aleka playing with a lot of energy and a lot of spirit and having an effect on both ends of the floor, defensively and offensively on the glass.
Glenn Big Baby Davis comes in and right on cue. As you said earlier, that's going to bring Grandy Glaze to the floor for the Five, and that's going to be a matchup. That's going to be fun to watch these guys battle.
Yeah, you got 2 big guys who love to battle, and this should be a great matchup throughout this game.
Grandy Glaze got a nice little hand there with the St. John's crowd, recognizing his efforts last year for the Edge. That's good to see. Davis takes the inbound pass, backing Glaze up. Davis spins, hooks, and that's a tough shot there. Little baby left-handed skyhook by Big Baby Davis.
And Big Baby saying I wasn't here last year, so I don't know who you are, so I'm going to score right over you.
Wow, that was a statement shot there indeed. Diego Kaplan in the game now for St. John's. Kaplan, another guy, shot the lights out here on Sunday. 12-8, St. John's. Sudbury on the inbounds underneath the glass. Glaze calling for the ball. I'm hoping they put the ball in Glaze's hand because I know who Glaze is a lot. These other numbers, I'm just guessing, folks. Des Lee, reach out to me on Twitter. Let me know how many mistakes I'm making. By all means, at Steve Power NL. We'll get your shout-outs. We are live and interactive here on Edge Basketball. So by all means, feel free to give me a shout. Mo Jones outside for Nickens. Nickens run the offense for Kaplan. Kaplan drives the lane. Manages to find Davis, and Davis goes up. Couldn't get it to fall for the and one. Davis fouled on the way up. Nice play there by Jared Nickens to get the ball into the hands of the Big Baby.
Yeah, good play by Kaplan, using his speed and quickness to get inside and dumping it off to Big Baby.
So far, Ryan, if you're the coaching staff of the Edge, I think you got to like how this one's starting. Everybody's involved, scoring spread around, and playing the big game on the inside.
Yeah, for sure, and playing great on defense as well. Holding Sudbury, who's a very high-scoring team, to 8 points early in this game, and that's a great sign for the Edge going forward.
So 5:42 left to go. Timeout call. It's 12-8. St. John's over Sudbury. We'll be right back. 5:42 left to go here. First quarter, St. John's by a slim margin, 12-8 over the Sudbury Five. Nice to see the St. John's Blues here tonight, though. That's a sharp-looking jersey, the St. John Blues. Probably a little sharper than the visiting team's jersey tonight. When I mean that, I mean a lot sharper. Actually, I like the warm-up the jerseys for the Sudbury team. You never know, Steve Power, fashion consultant here, but I mean, the whites aren't good, but the reds look very, very sharp. Also looking sharp tonight is Glenn Big Baby Davis. Not too sharp in that second foul shot. Didn't get a loan of Junior Cadogan's Liquid Drano. Misses on the second one. Sudbury's going to come away with the ball. Sudbury Five on the attack. Nice tough shot there. That's put in by Corey Dixon. Sorry, Adam Blazik. Adam Blazik it was. Don't be afraid. I see you nodding at me. Give me a knock. Let me know I'm wrong.
Oh, I'm just going to let you correct yourself because I know you're going to. So.
Yeah, it's just the way we roll here in St. John's. We're a half hour later than everybody else, so I'll get it right. I just might be late. Glenn Davis trying to back up Glaze on the double team. Can't get that one to drop. And away comes Relaford. Relaford, nice pass to the inside. There's a big block there. Big Baby with a statement block. Get that out of here, young man. Nickens out for Jones. Jones in the paint. Jones fadeaway jumper. Tough shot. Gets that one to jump. Glenn Davis, he never even bothered to walk back up on offense. I think he was tired from that big run defensively. Glaze says, I don't think I'm going to go inside. I'll just stand out here and shoot the three instead.
Yeah, and if you're going to leave him that open, he's going to shoot that all day long. So
I honestly think Glenn is tired. I think that was such an effort to get back defensively. What a block. Oh, my goodness. Folks, when this guy gets in shape, and admittedly by his own admission he said that. I'm not making that up. But when he gets in better game shape, watch out. He's going to be a beast.
Yeah, and he has such an impact on the game in the little minutes that he's played. Like when he does come in, he's having such a major impact on both offensively and defensively. So when he does finally get into game shape, look out.
Nice drive to the basket. Glaze, big rebound. Glaze, another rebound. Kicks it outside for Relaford. Wide open for three. Can't get it to drop. All of a sudden, the Sudbury Five doing the job on the offensive boards. Good rebounds there, and Mo Jones got caught underneath the basket again, and that happens a lot. Mo Jones grabs a lot of rebounds, Ryan.
Yeah, he does. And oftentimes people forget that he's, even there for rebounds, so they don't really bother to box him out or anything. So he gets inside, and he's very crafty. He has a nose for the ball, and often finds him.
George Siris.
Ball inbounded. Braylon racing. Fadeaway three-point shot. Can't get that one to fall. Diego Kaplan grabs the rebound for St. John's. Puts the ball in the hands of Maurice Jones Sr. Jones down the floor. Kicks one outside for Jaron Skeet. Skeet from way outside. Jaron Skeet makes an impact. And listen to the Skeet chant going up here at mile one.
Nothing Newfoundlanders love more than a Skeet.
That could be a debatable topic for sure, but here in mile one, Skeet sightings are treasured indeed. Not quite sure what that whistle's for. We got some discussion between the officials. Ryan, did you see that one?
Yeah, we got a little bit of pushing and holding going on down here, so they're trying to iron that out.
Yeah, iron it out. It's going to be Sudbury ball, we got to think.
Yeah, definitely be Sudbury ball on the sideline here.
Just waiting for somebody to go take it out. I'd love to tell you who it is, but I can't see his number. Although he kicks it outside. The Sudbury Five. Jalen Bland takes it over for Racing. Braylon Racing. Good defense over there on the side. That's turned over, and Diego Kaplan making an impact. And we got some pushing and shoving going here. Looky, what's going on here early tonight? Good tidings of comfort and joy not being exchanged at mile one. Instead of right cross and maybe a left hook. 3:27 left to go. 18-13. Referee's going to have to do some sorting like the elves in the workshop here. That's something very early in the game, and teams haven't played the second game. You can see that was late in the second game of back-to-back, but early on, something like that. What's with that, Ryan?
Yeah, well, these guys know each other throughout, the league. A lot of these guys have played in the league for a few years, especially Jaron Skeet, who was in the middle of all that right there. So Rayson didn't take too kindly of Skeet slapping the ball out of his hands after the whistle, and he gave him a couple shoves, and Kaplan got involved. And so
I thought it was great defensive play by Kaplan. Full marks to him.
Yeah, fantastic play
To
by
coin a
him.
Newfoundland term, Braylon got a little sooky. So we will move on. Here's Kaplan for three. Kaplan with that sweet release. Lets it fly. St. John's hitting on all cylinders here in the first quarter.
Yeah, and sometimes you just need that little scuffle to get you into the game. Kaplan comes out and he was looking for that shot right away.
We talked about that the other day with Carl English, how sometimes that's going to ignite the big fella and get him going. And right now, St. John's just feeding off it. Here's Mo Jones. Long three-point shot. Bounces all the way back to Jaron Skeet. He picks it up, can't get a look. Obino Leck under the basket. Rebound one, rebound two. Can't get the third one. Ball picked up there, and there's a big charge blocking the call. Oh, boy. Oh, the Boo Birds are going to come out on that one. I thought his feet were set, but guess what? I'm not refereeing, so it don't matter.
Yeah, great effort by Skeet there. Saw the ball was going to be head man. Got in front of him. Unfortunately, didn't get the feet set in time, according to the official.
So blocking is the call.
And the Edge are in the bonus here now, so the Sudbury Five will be shooting two.
And who's this at the line? Is that Relaford?
No.
No clue. It's almost laughable, folks. Probably have to start a GoFundMe page for Steve's new glasses here up in the booth.
I heard Ben's LASIK does holiday appointments.
Yeah, it's 2:44 left. One thing I can see is the score clock, and it's 21-14 in favor of the hometown St. John's Edge. Junior Cadogan bringing the ball up the floor. Glenn Davis back into the game. Pass for Cadogan, a little bit too far for Obino Lecca. Lecca getting ready to put a little jam on that. Grandy Glaze had it go off his foot and out.
Yeah, pass just a little bit too far for him to capitalize on that dunk, and got a little bit excited and missed the easy layup. But fortunately, the Sudbury Five dropped the ball and then the Edge ball.
They dropped the ball, and a few players walking down the court like it was their ball. I don't know if they're really checked into this one.
Yeah, so, they played most recently on, Sunday night, I believe. And probably when they got here late last night or early today. So sometimes hard to get those little travel nappy poos, as you would say.
Here's Cadogan for Oleka. Oleka wide open for three. Leave the big fella out there, probably with good reason, maybe a little bit out of his range. Ball's going to get pulled down by Sudbury. Here's a three ball from the outside. Once again, coming up empty. Sudbury really struggling from the field. St. John's going to push the tempo a little bit. Diego Kaplan outside for Cadogan. In for Davis. Back for Cadogan. Nice feed there. Abina Leka looking for a rebound. Couldn't come away with it. St. John's starting to miss a couple of what we would say easy shots now too.
Yeah, everything but the finish there.
There's a nice basket there by Antoine Chandler of the Sudbury Five. He drives down the lane, lays it off the glass. Very nice display of skill.
Yeah, great play by him.
Junior Cadogan for Skeet. Skeet for Kaplan. Kaplan from his favorite spot there in that three-quarter mark. Doesn't miss very often indeed.
No, and that's two in a row for him now.
24-16 in favor of the Edge. Sudbury under some pressure now. There's going to be a long shot from the outside. That one's not even close. My goodness. I got to think, Ryan, Sudbury might be a little fortunate that the Edge are missing some easy shots in close. This might be running away with early. Sudbury from the field just really struggling here as of right now, but we all well know in this league too, that can change on a dime. Yeah,
for sure, and a lot of good shooters on this Sudbury Five team, so this could change very quickly. But the Edge defense is what's impacting this so much.
Here's Glenn Davis in tight. Davis gets it up in the roll. Davis looking for a foul call, not going to get that one. Ball goes in. Big baby Glenn Davis making an impact indeed. Under a minute to go. Sudbury with possession. Adam Blazek kicks one to the outside. There's a long shot. I believe that's only for 2, though. Foot might have been over the 3-point line. Will only count for 2. Cadogan, Junior Cadogan in transition now. Cadogan stops, settle down. Cadogan, good ball handling there. Cadogan with an acrobatic-like foray into the paint, and Junior Cadogan, I said it off camera the other day, I thought he struggled Sunday, but he looks on point here tonight.
Yeah, with Edge, we're going with a very wide rotation over the weekend, and Junior was having trouble adjusting to the limited minutes that he was playing. I think getting him involved very early is a great sign for the Edge.
Long 3-point shot for the Edge, or for Sudbury. That's rebounded. Obina Lekado turns one over. Shot clock runs out, and that'll do it for the first quarter. Good first quarter for the St. John's Edge, Ryan.
Yeah, great first quarter for the Edge. Playing with pace, playing inside, rebounding the ball very well. Rebounding has been a big thing in this game so far. The Edge are controlling the glass on defense and on offense. So do that. You're going to create extra possessions for yourself and give yourself more of an opportunity to get in the lead, and the Edge have.
First quarter in the books. St. John's 28, the Sudbury Five 18. We'll be back for the call of the second in St. John's Edge basketball.
Cute face, chubby waist, thick legs in shape, rump shaking both ways, make you do a double take. Planet rocker, showstopper, flow popper, head knocker, beat scholar, tail dropper. Do my thing, mother. My Rolls Royce, Lamborghini, Blue Medina, always beaming, rag top, chrome pipes, blue lights, out of sight. Long weed, sold in, say it again, sold in. Make that money, throw it in, booty bouncing, don't hit. Everybody here. Get your best off the balls, misdemeanor said so.
Tonight's first half is proudly sponsored by Coors Light. Tonight's sweepers are proudly sponsored by Baker Flooring.
Noise, 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 noise.
Make some noise!
St. John's trying to bring the record to 500 with a win here tonight. St. John's riding a 3-game winning streak, looking to keep the good times rolling here at Mile 1. Steve Power with the call, joined by Ryan Brockerville. And Ryan, we talked about the inside game of the Edge. I thought they had it clicking on all ends, inside and out, that first quarter.
Yeah, and playing from inside out really works in the Edge's favor, because with shooters all around and the big bodies, you're able to get the ball in, defense collapse. You either got open shooters or you got an open roll like just seen from Glenn Baby Davis for an easy layup.
Glenn Big Baby Davis puts it in just too much, too soon. Too hard to defend. Here's Chandler. Chandler gets a screen there. How's that? Not an illegal screen. Put up for Cadogan. Cadogan up to Oleka. Oleka a little short on it, but Junior Cadogan there following up. Des Lee took a big knock to the head there. Lee looks a little shaken up, but he's no worse for wear. Aaron pass there by the 5, picked up by Junior Cadogan. Cadogan for Lee. Lee wide open underneath, grabs his own rebound. Lee up again. Oleka grabs the rebound. Obina Oleka putting it down. Oleka puts it up. Can't put it down. How is there not a foul there? I've seen guys beating up on George Street with less than that. My goodness, Oleka must have been hit 18 times.
Yeah, there's definitely a bit of contact down there. But the Edge got to be able to finish those ones off. Oleka had
definitely a bit of contact. That's like saying McDonald's sells a scatter Big Mac. My goodness, 32-18 to St. John's Edge. And a real battle for real estate ensuing underneath the basket in the paint. Both teams going hard, and Grandy Glaze going to get a trip to the foul line here for the Five. Grandy Glaze, as good of a rebounder he is, one thing we found out about him last year, he's not that good from the charity stripe, and he comes up empty on his first offering there. Just a little short on the second one. And 32-18 remains the score. Mo Jones. Jones gets off a double screen there. Jones wide open. He'll say, thank you very much. I'll just deposit that one to the bank at the back of the net. And St. John's go up 34-18. Kicked outside. Here's Relaford. Relaford. Nice roll down the lane. He had the ball stripped from him there. Relaford looking for the foul. The Edge looking for to get the ball back. Referees under siege there. We said it the other day. They're not lobbied down in the States as much as the referees are lobbied here at Mile 1. The Sudbury Five, that's probably the fourth, I'll call it, unnecessary turnover for Sudbury, just throwing the ball away.
Yeah, and this is something that Sudbury has struggled with early on in their season. Prone to having these long stints of constant turnovers, and it's really cost them in the points department here today.
Des Lee with a drive down the lane. Des is going to get to the line, and if you're going to talk about one St. John's Edge player that consistently gets to the line, it's got to be Des Lee.
Yeah, and he attacks the basket like no one else on this Edge team. Goes to the basket hard, and he looks for the contact and does a great job of drawing fouls.
Lee at the line, he steps up, he catches the back of the rim on his first offering. Gonna go 0 for 1. St. John's so far scoring really spread out. And that's something, you gotta think that's a big, big strength with this Edge team this year, Ryan.
Yeah, from the starting five all the way down to the end of the bench, every single player on this team has skill and can put the ball in the basket. And for Coach Doug Plum, you just want your team to play together. You want to see ball movement, you want to see, good shots go up, and oftentimes is what you're seeing at this Edge team, and the dispersed scoring is what you're going to see when a team is playing together.
37-20. Here's Rayson. Rayson throws up a bit of an acrobatic shot. That one's not going to go anywhere, though. That one will not fall. And I'm saying that was Rayson. Not quite sure. Another three-point shot by Des Lee, and that's going to draw a timeout. Coach Logan Stutz says, boys, we got to have a chat. 40-20, St. John's. We'll take a break and be right back.
Comet and Cupid and Donner and Blitzen.
But do you recall the most famous reindeer of all?
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer
Had a very shiny nose,
and if you ever saw it,
you would even say it glows.
all of the other reindeer,
Used to laugh and call him names,
they never let poor Rudolph.
join in any reindeer games.
Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say,
Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight?
then how the reindeer loved him as they shouted out with glee.
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, you'll go down in history.
Fans, Associate Head Coach Steve Marcus is in the Christmas spirit. Friday night, he sported a Christmas suit that you, the fans, voted on. As part of boosting the Christmas spirit of those in need, Steve will be donating $5 for every three-pointer the team makes through this homestand. Let's make those three-pointers count. We want to hear you get loud after every three-pointer the team makes throughout the game.
Timeout just about up. 40-20, St. John's Edge leading the Sudbury Five here. St. John's probably putting together their first best start to a game here at Mile 1 this year. Indeed, they're clicking on all cylinders right now, Ryan.
Yeah, for sure. Playing great on defense and getting out in transition on offense, turning Sudbury over and using those turnovers as fodder for their offense. And it's worked out very well so far.
St. John's now on the defense. Here's Grayson's going to kick one out for Antoine Chandler. Chandler over for Grandy Glaze. Glaze chips one inside. Not quite sure where the foul is. Must be going against Keith Wright.
Going
Junior.
against Nickens, I believe.
Ryan Nickens?
Yeah.
Jared Nickens. Ryan Nickens. Jared Nickens. I bet you
Ryan
Nickens. Ryan Nickens would be a pretty good basketball player. You know Ryan Nickens?
I don't
Mr.
know.
and Mrs. Nickens' son? No, you don't know them? Here's Grandy Glaze.
Sounds like a conversation I'll have with my aunt over the holidays.
Glaze gets a return feed. Glaze underneath the rim. That's a nice bucket there by Grandy Glaze going up and under.
Yeah, great finish by him using the left hand, avoiding the shot blocker and finishing it off. Sudbury is going zone here now, trying to disrupt the Edge's offense.
There's Jared Nickens for the shot. He catches iron. Couldn't quite get that one to fall. Rayson's going to bring it down the floor now for the Five. Rayson out for Chandler. Chandler for three from a long distance, and pretty good timeout there called by Coach Logan Stutt. Five unanswered points here for the Sudbury Five.
Yeah, good timeout and switching up, mid-game adjustments. Going zone here now, trying to, get a little bit of change of pace in this game for Sudbury.
Des Lee, shot clock going to come down to 5 now. They're going to have to make a move. Cadogan out for Wright. That's probably not the shot St. John's were looking for. They get a little fortunate though. Rebound balls right into the hands of Junior Cadogan. Brand new clock. Cadogan down to the corner for Nickens. Nickens coming up empty again. Nickens almost snuck in and grabbed that rebound though. And away come the Five. Sudbury, 3-point shot from the outside. That one's going to be nothing but air.
Yeah, someone opened the back door, I think. And
that got caught in the draft there, yeah. Foul away from the ball. And Coach Stutt's asking for an explanation from the official. He gets it. Glenn Davis going to check into the game for Jared Nickens, and the Edge lineup just got a lot bigger with Wright and Davis on the floor at the same time.
Yeah, for sure. Looking to get some more rebounding, I think. Sudbury has, last couple of possessions, gotten a few offensive rebounds.
Here's Glaze. Glaze, top of the key, puts one up. That's a little short. Glenn Davis will come up and he'll pull that one down for St. John's. Cadogan kicks one to the corner for Des Lee. Lee wide open from the corner for three. That one goes in and out. Davis goes in and surprised the foul wasn't called on Davis there. He looked to give a ride to the Sudbury player underneath the basket.
Yeah, coming all over the back of Dixon there. Fortunate not to pick up a foul. But ball goes Sudbury way, so I think the referee let him play there.
Glaze now. Glaze going to put it in the hands of Braylon Rayson. Rayson back for Glaze. Glaze trying to back up the big man. That's about akin to trying to put your shoulder into a concrete wall.
Yeah, that one hurt for sure.
It didn't hurt. It hurt your shoulder. My goodness, that was something else. Mo Jones Sr. at the ball. Substitutions coming in for both teams now. We'll see Jaron Skeet enter the game. Dixon going to check out for the Sudbury Five. Had to wait for a number to turn around here to see who our Sudbury player is coming in. We're going to get a timeout call actually by St. John's here. Pretty good timeout last time by the Sudbury Five. In fact, they've been the only 5 points since that timeout, Ryan.
Yeah, I think this is a good timeout from Coach Doug Plum. St. John's a little out of whack on their offense now that Sudbury's gone zone, and inserting Jared Nickens into play here, I think it's a good move from Coach Plum. Getting a little more shooting out there, a little more outside threat, which is something that you need when you're looking to attack a zone. So
6:50 left to go here in this second quarter. St. John's in control by a score of 40-25. We'll be right back.
tricky.
Timeout over. Des Lee going to inbound the ball here for the St. John's Edge. Fouls down considerably this one. The Edge were in the bonus in the Edge put the Sudbury Five in the bonus the last time. Here's Des Lee with a drive. Good defense there by Sudbury. Nice swat underneath the basket there by, it looked to be Alexander Henry, who's checked into the game for Sudbury. Good defense there.
Yeah, now that timeout, good move by Coach Stutz, I think, going back man to man.
Nice shot there. Des Lee, little quick pass to Davis. Davis says, here you go, big fella. Des with the shot clock just about to run out. Hits a three from the corner. Des Lee, Mr. Versatility here for the St. John's Edge. And I won't say this season because he was like it last year too. Does it all for this Edge team.
Yeah, he's a Swiss Army knife. He can attack the basket, he can shoot from the outside, and he's a tenacious defender.
Coming up short there was Nixon with that shot for Sudbury. Sorry, that was Travis Relaford coming up short. Outside now, here's Skeet. Jaron Skeet for Davis. Davis from way outside, the big fella. Trying to show a little touch there. Keith Wright Jr. got lassoed under the basket by Glaze. Foul is called. Glenn Davis, actually, that was a pretty sweet little form there. That didn't look like it was his first time doing that.
Yeah, he made a few three-pointers in his NBA career, so he's not shy. Let's put it that way.
43-25, quick inbounds again, right away to Davis. Davis driving under the basket, trying to make it happen, can't do so. Here's Racing. Racing under the rim, and Des Lee getting called for the foul there. Des, from this vantage point, looked like he had all ball. Must have got some body on it at some point.
Yeah, probably got a little bit of the arm of Racing. Gonna get the call there. Lee's a little bit upset there because he thought he got hit on the opposite end, and then he picks up the foul on the other end. So
that's the way she goes. It's basketball.
Don't get them all.
Racing from the line, he will step up and hit that one. I'm saying it's Racing, am I right? I got to check with you.
It is, yeah.
All right, Braylon Racing, 2 for 2 from the line. Here's Jaron Skeet now. He's going to carry the ball up the floor. Skeet into the hands of Mo Jones. He's going to kick it back for Jaron Skeet.
Sudbury going back to their zone defense here now. See if the Edge can adjust.
Des Lee from the outside. There's an adjustment. That's called a three-point shot for Des Lee. Adjustment made and succeeded.
Yeah, Lee playing very well early on in this game. Knocking down threes from the outside and getting inside and finishing it inside as well.
Travis Relaford attacks the paint. He'll get that one to drop. Relaford having a pretty good game here for Sudbury. Back for Lee. Lee for three again. Right away, wide open. And St. John's will trade threes for twos like that all night long.
Yeah, for sure. And Lee's hit a few shots. Sudbury's got to do a better job at finding him early.
Relaford in the paint. Relaford posts up on Lee. Lee with some pretty good defense. Glenn Davis will carry it. The big fella putting the ball to the floor. Trying to put it out. He gets upended. Turned over again though. Mo Jones putting it down for Lee in the corner. Lee grabs it out of bounds. My goodness, a balancing act. Here's Mo Jones. On the reach in. Shot clock down to 15. Hard to keep up with action like that. Skeet to the corner. Skeet shot under some duress there. Thought he had probably ran out of time, but he had a bit more time than he needed. And Glenn Davis with a hard foul there on Grandy Glaze. Glaze goes down hard. Davis just trying to catch his breath. Oh boy, 49-29 to go here. 4:21 left in this opening half. Timeout called, and Big Baby Davis is actually going to check out. Coach Plum seeing the big fella needed a rest there.
Yeah, and that was a foul that he knew he was going to take. As soon as Grandy caught that ball, he was coming in and just saying, "There, earn it from the line, big guy."
Grandy Glaze to the line. He gets the little roll on that one. Wasn't pretty, but it still counts. Decent crowd here at Mile 1 tonight. Got to be about, I'm going to guess, I'll say 2,500 will be my guess tonight. The sides are pretty full. Nice, energetic crowd here. In the middle of the Christmas season on a weeknight, it's got to be a tough sell. Is that out of bounds or a foul? Looks like a foul.
Out of bounds.
No way. It is out of bounds. What a call by Brian Brockerville once again.
Get me a whistle.
Yeah, well, I say that all the time from up here. I'm perfect from up here. Easy to referee a game from up here. It's easy to make plays and shoot baskets probably from up here too. A lot harder down there. Here's Braylon Rayson. Rayson was stripped momentarily there by Mo Jones. Rayson going to try to drive a line again. Rayson comes in all the way. Can't get it past Keith Wright Jr. Big fella going to put the ball to the floor. Wright Jr. in for Des Lee. Lee for three. Can't get that one to drop. Nice effort there by Dixon, keeping it inbound. Easy drive down the lane there for Relaford. Couldn't get it to drop though, and that's one that the Sudbury Five are going to want to have back. You got to make those count. Mo Jones for St. John's now. Jones going to try to slow things down, been a frantic pace here. Jaron Skeet to the outside. Skeet into the lane. Skeet, little fadeaway jumper. Can't get it to follow. St. John's coming up empty their last 4 or 5 trips down the floor here, Ryan.
Yeah, getting some good shots, but just missing them, unfortunately. And, you know, in the confines of the offense, you'll live with that. They're getting good shots. They'll fall eventually, but for right now, just dig in on defense and keep Sudbury subdued here.
Jared Nickens back into the game for St. John's. St. John's going with a little bit of a smaller lineup. The only real, what we call big out there would be Obino Leka. But what do you call Des Lee, Ryan? Like, he's not a big, but my God, he plays like it.
Yeah, he plays way bigger than his actual size. Traditionally, I'd say Des Lee is probably a 2, maybe a 3. But, you know, he plays way bigger than his, you know, playing size. That's for sure.
Foul called away from the ball there. And that one is going to go against Travis Relaford. Having a look at the foul sheet. No one really in trouble. We got a few players with 2. No one picking up the 3rd yet. So all good in that regard indeed. Mo Jones really getting roughed around trying to get in bounds here with the ball. Good pass here by Skeet to Oleka. Puts it in the hands of Jones. Des Lee coming off the screen. Des Lee now drives the paint. Lee lays it up off the glass and he gets hammered on the layup. Very, very physical game down in the paint here tonight.
Yeah, great play by Lee there, getting inside, using that pump fake, getting his man up in the air and making an easy basket.
Mo Jones for Oleka, back for Jones. Little touch pass out for Lee, wide open for 3. Lee for 3, can't get it to drop. Oleka got pushed away there. I was going to say that had to be called, and indeed it was. I believe that was, I'm going to guess, Dixon?
Yeah, it was Dixon.
All right, there we go.
Yeah, great job by Oleka, getting inside, and fantastic work by him. He's always hustling.
Junior Cadogan for Mo Jones. Jones a little short on that jumper. Obino Oleka trying to go up and grab it. Can't get it. And it will come down the floor for Sudbury. Another errant pass. That one's turned over. Travis Relaford trying to make something out of nothing. Couldn't get it to drop.
Yeah, forcing that one a little bit. Dixon didn't have any position at all and causes the turnover. Good defense by the edge.
Des Lee. Ball to the floor now. Just over 2 minutes left to play. Edge with their biggest lead of the game at 21. Junior Cadogan. Colin Oleka to come out, set a little pick for him. Cadogan down low, back for Oleka. Can't get it. Quick, fast break opportunity here. Racing in for Relaford, and that's going to be an easy bucket there for the Sudbury Five. That's not something they've had a lot of here tonight.
No, and that was a tough pass by Cadogan. Telegraphed that one a lot the whole way down. Knew that he was going to pass that there, and Relaford read him like a novel.
Cadogan outside for Mo Jones. Jones shot clock down to 10 now. Jones got the switch, going to try to move the ball into the corner for Nickens. Nickens, nice fake pass, wide open, but he can't get it to drop. Tough luck there for Jared Nickens. Made a nice play and another easy basket there for the Sudbury Five. That's 2 in a row. Coach Doug Plum can't be happy about that.
No, definitely not. The Edge got to do a much better job of getting back in transition defense and limiting Sudbury. These easy, you know, Sudbury's not shooting the ball well right now, but you give them these easy baskets in transition, that's going to get them going.
And that is their 3rd in a row. Up and down the floor, unanswered points, and not just unanswered points, Ryan, but very easy points. as Cadogan got his pocket picked out there just in.
Yeah,
I think Sudbury playing very aggressive, taking advantage of the lenient officials or not calling a whole lot. They're very aggressive up top.
Yeah, it's been a very fast-paced game for sure, and not a lot of whistles, so the time's fine here. We're almost at the end of the second quarter already, and I think this is a good time out here from Coach Plum.
53.7 seconds left. St. John's lead, 51-36. We'll be right back. Timeout over. It's going to be St. John's ball. Junior Cadogan going to make the inbounds here. We've got Cadogan, Wright Jr., Des Lee, Glenn Davis, and Mo Jones Sr. on the floor. Here's Lee. Lee in for Wright. And you can see the respect that Glenn Davis is getting there. Hey, Glenn Davis had about 3 players around him. Wright Jr. just lost a handle on it and turns it over.
Yeah, and Sudbury comes out of the timeout there and goes zone. Try to disrupt the edge offensively. They've been playing man in the last couple of minutes. Switch back to zone. Try to get the edge off their game a little bit here. Try to get back into this game.
There's another easy basket for Sudbury. Well, it's got a foul there, went to the line, but that's 4 possessions in a row. I am just puzzled. And how the edge really, they got their hands around their throat. The old picture, the old frog is in the bird's throat, and the frog is choking the bird. He won't give up, and that's what Sudbury's doing. They just won't give up here. Edge couldn't put him away. In these last few possessions, Sudbury crawling back into the game. That might be the game plan later on. Just put them to the free throw line, because right now, the Sudbury Five, sponsored by Hoover Vacuums at the free throw line, because they suck. (51-37), he goes 1 for 2 from the line. St. John's 2 possessions here left in the game. In the half. Junior Cadogan going to put the ball over to Mo Jones Sr. Cadogan. Shot clock under 10 now. Ball into the hands of Jones. That's where they want it. Jones going to step around a high pick and roll. Can't get it to drop though. Glenn Davis grabs the rebound. Davis trying to muscle his way in, and he gets it up and down for the and one. Davis covered by not 1, not 2, but 3 Sudbury Five players there, and it didn't matter. They could have threw a few more out there. The big fella was going up and down.
Yeah, too big, too strong, too skilled. Like, great play by Davis. Catches the rebound, takes it up strong, using his big body, and getting the and one.
And I know the Edge got a fairly big lead now, but they needed that. They needed something good to happen here at the end of this half. They were in a little bit of a funk there. So Glenn Davis gets a chance to go for the and one. Let's hope he's not sponsored by Hoover Vacuums here. Davis goes and puts the Drano on it. He's out with Junior, and he gets it to go down. 11 seconds left. Chance for Sudbury to finish the scoring in this opening half. 54-37, St. John's. Sudbury. Time going down, 4 seconds on the clock. He gets it out. There's a long shot there by Relaford. He can't get it to drop either. So, St. John's Edge looking, except for, to my opinion, Ryan, except for the last, say, 4 minutes of that half, I think St. John's have been dominant.
Yeah, for sure. I think both players and coach will be very happy with the first half.
Sure.
For sure. You know, have a sizable lead going into the second half. Playing with pace, playing great on the defensive side of the ball, limiting Rayson, who's one of the best scorers in this league. Keeping Randy Glaze off the glass, and look to continue into the second half.
So there you go, first half in the books. St. John's Edge leading the Sudbury Five by a score of 54-37. Stick with us. We'll be back for the second half of St. John's Edge basketball.
get off here.
Wind up. Second half just ready to get underway here. St. John's Edge enjoying the 54-37 lead after the first. Braylon Racing comes out. He's going to knock one down, or at least I'm guessing it's Braylon Racing. Am I right, Ryan?
You are correct.
That's twice tonight. Right twice. Write it down.
Broken clock's right twice in a row.
That is true. That is true. Mo Jones Sr. Ball to the floor. Over for Cadogan. Cadogan finds a little bit of space in the paint. Runs into Grandy Glaze. Foul will go against the Sudbury Five. And Ryan, is it just the same as St. John's not changing up the playbook here? Do they just do the same thing they just did? Is that what we're looking for in the second half?
Yeah, I think it'll be pretty similar. I think Sudbury's probably going to play zone here a lot in the second half. Try to disrupt the edge a little bit because it seemed to work in the first half. But they just need to move the ball. They're getting open looks. They just need to finish them off and then continue to play a good defense and control the glass.
St. John's getting contributions from everybody here tonight. The only players we haven't seen in the game yet is Tottenham Singh. Haven't seen Guillaume Boucard. I don't know if there's something going on with Guillaume or anything, but haven't seen him in the game tonight either. But all the rest of the edge players, really solid contributions.
Yeah, for sure. Top to bottom, there hasn't been one player who's come in and hasn't contributed. So keep that up and, things will work out for the edge for sure.
You got to think the Sudbury Five going to want to make a move early here in the second half. I think the longer this goes on, it'll be much tougher to come back. Grandy Glaze puts the ball to the paint. Glaze goes by Wright Jr. Wright Jr. is going to draw the foul there. Glaze will probably get a trip to the line again.
Yeah, a lot to ask from right there, taking Glaze one-on-one to the basket. But I think he's got to stand his ground there and hang in there and take that charge on Glaze because he was there for the position.
Yep.
He just had to stand in and
open
take
his
the hit.
arms up like the big wingspan. And Glaze starting to get it figured out from the foul line. On the first foray in the evening, he just, let's call a spade, he looked god-awful on the free throw line, but he's looking pretty good there now. That one rattles in and out. Obino Oleka grabbing a rebound for St. John's. Cadogan up for floor now for Mo Jones Sr. Obino Oleka left wide open. Got his pocket pick from behind. Cheeky play there by Braylon Racing. Kicked out. Racing, nice first step. Racing drives, can't get it to go though. Racing thought he was fouled. He definitely fouled Des Lee then, but that goes on too. Lee for Mo Jones. Jones had a nice matchup up top. I think he was looking to use his speed as an advantage there. Cadogan drives the lane. Cadogan, nice little finger roll and lays it in off the glass. Junior Cadogan.
Yeah, great take by Cadogan. He's at his best going to the basket, and he knows that. So great job by him to get himself going here in the second half.
Cadogan in the start of the game, he looked fantastic. He sort of disappeared a little at the end of the half, but that was the first half Cadogan we just saw there. Great play. Driving down the lane, going to the net. 56-40 here for the St. John's Edge. Reach out to us on Twitter, folks, at Steve Power and L. Let me get your comments on the air. Sudbury, Dixon under the basket. Dixon a tough shot, but Grandy Glaze out of nowhere. Big rebound back for Dixon. And that's what Grandy Glaze brings to the table.
Yeah, he does all of his damage on the offensive glass, leading the league in rebounding. And Edge have to do put more of an assertive effort into boxing him out and keeping him off the glass here in the second half.
Des Lee looking for a little daylight in front for Obino Oleka. Oleka with a nice move, putting the ball to the floor, a little open space, and he'll take the easy bucket for two.
Yeah, great setup there by Des Lee. And great patience by Obino Oleka, using the pump fake and finishing on the opposite side to avoid the shot blocker.
Junior Cadogan draws an offensive foul off Grandy Glaze there. Nice plays by Junior. Pulls that one too. Glaze's second foul of the game. Once again, nobody really in any trouble. We've got Corey Dixon. Sorry, nobody with more than 2 fouls. Everybody's 2s around the board, so everybody pretty good here tonight. Good boys and girls in the Christmas season. Everybody knows Santa Claus is coming. And there's Santa Claus, Sandy Dez, knocking down another 3-pointer for the St. John's Edge. Des Lee leading all scorers with 16 points.
Yeah, continuing from the last game, Des Lee has been fantastic for the St. John's Edge.
Glaze goes in. He's going to drive it, and he'll get the and 1 at the line. Grandy looking for some of the fans to show him some love after that one. You don't play for us anymore, big fella. It was like crickets down there after that play. Nice play by Glaze. He'll go to the line to try to complete the and 1. Glaze steps up, draws a little short on that one. Ball goes out of bounds. Dixon trying to tell the referee that it went off the edge. That ain't gonna work. 2 referees looking at each other saying it's edge ball. Junior Cadogan out for Lee. Lee trying to go to Davis. Davis being denied right away. 2 players going to Davis. Now comes into Davis outside for Lee. Lee for 3 from beyond the arc. Des Lee has got it going on here tonight for the St. John's Edge once again.
Yeah, and a great job by the St. John's Edge in this game, knowing that Des Lee has got it going here tonight, and they're finding him every chance they get, and he's returning the favor by knocking down all these shots.
Jones for Cadogan, leaves it out for Lee. Lee, he wants it again. Lee drives to the paint, out for Davis, back for Jones. Jones kicks it for Lee, wide open again from the side. Lee couldn't get that one to drop in. The bench was ready to erupt on that one.
Yeah, but great job by the Edge. Again, like finding Des Lee, knowing he's made the last few shots. Unfortunately couldn't knock it down there, but still a great team play.
Dixon to the basket. That's a pretty good drive there. Sorry, that was Relaford. Relaford couldn't get it to drop to Obino Leckett there to grab that rebound. And like the little write-up in the St. John's Telegram the weekend about Obino Leckett, talk about Obi-Wan. Number 1, Obi. Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan, I liked it. He's certainly using some Jedi powers underneath that basket, indeed. Nice little showtime pass there by Big Baby and Junior Cadogan. And the St. John's Edge starting to put on a little bit of a clinic here in the 3rd quarter. Couldn't get it to fall, but sweet, sweet feeds under the basket there.
Yeah, and see, this is what happens. You play as a team, you move the ball around, and that kind of play is infectious. Everyone's making the extra pass and finding Oleka for an easy, what could have been an easy layup, but got fouled, and he'll go to the line here shooting 2.
Oleka makes the first for the charity stripe. Sets up now for number 2. And that's one of those, you deserve to make those free throws just for how sweet the play was before. Des Lee going to check out the game. Des getting a little nice ovation from the fans there. Des Lee certainly making his stamp again tonight for the St. John's Edge. Here comes Sudbury. Racing. In the hands for Dixon. Dixon trying to find Racing back outside. Shot clock down to 10. Racing. Double team. They're racing across for Glaze. Glaze going to kick it out. Long 3-point shot there. Nice shot, knocking it down there. Trying to find the number. I really have no idea.
Can't do much more on defense there from the Edge. Force the Five into a late shot clock situation and force them into a deep 3-point shot. And they make the shot, but defensively you'll live with that.
Is that Jalen Bland?
Whom, sorry?
Jalen Bland.
No, he's not playing tonight.
No?
No.
Who's this guy just committed that foul?
That is...
Folks, I apologize. I really just can't see the number. I apologize. Adam Blezik?
Yes.
Ah, yeah. Adam Blezik. He made a nice 3-point shot, and then he might get 3 to 5 years for that mugging of Junior Cadogan there, but nonetheless, it'll just be a foul instead. Cadogan goes to the line. He will sink the first one. 20-point lead here for the Edge. They haven't really relinquished much of that. Nice little run at the end of the second half by the Sudbury Five, but the Edge have really been strong here. Jaron Skeet going to check back into the game now for St. John's. Junior Cadogan goes out. Nice little start to this third quarter by Cadogan.
Yeah, for sure. Doing a great job finding guys, getting to the basket, getting into the paint. Great job by Cadogan early on in this third quarter.
Blazik, he's going to carry the ball up the floor for Sudbury. Blazik into the line, kicks it in for Glaze. Glaze thought twice about trying to challenge Glenn Davis. Outside, racing, pops a shot up, the rebound comes out. That's going to be grabbed by Blazik. In for Relaford. Relaford to Dixon, outside for Blazik. From way outside, Blazik tries to grab it, but the rebound will be pulled down by Jaron Skeet. Mo Jones bringing the ball up the floor here for the Edge. Here's Jones out for Obina. Obina Oleka over for Diego Kaplan. Kaplan back in the game. Kaplan was shooting well early on. In for Glenn Davis. Davis got rejected on that one. Oleka picked up the rebound. He'll get the foul instead. Look at Jaron Skeet grabbing the big guy there. Jaron Skeet, I think you said it before, talk about some guys are like glue guys. That's got to be Jaron Skeet.
Yeah, Jaron Skeet is 100% one of those glue guys that you love having on your team. He's full of energy every time he comes in the game, even when he's not playing. He couldn't play, even if he didn't play a minute in this game, he would be on the bench cheering on his teammates and be full of energy. So those guys you love to play with. As a coach, you love coaching those guys because they just love the game. And Jaron Skeet is definitely one of those guys.
Timeout called. St. John's in control, 68-47. Oleka to the free throw line. Obi-Wan gonna put one up. Don't know if that's his name, but I'm gonna start calling him it now. I like it.
Does that mean that every time he scores, you're gonna say he used the force?
Absolutely. He's gonna try to force. He certainly tries to force it in when he's under the basket. He's been a force underneath the basket. I think you just put the hex on him then up here using your Jedi-like powers.
Oh, that was my impression of Darth Vader.
Oh. Well, I'd say stick to the nice suits there, big fella. You're doing well there.
All right.
Leave the force to Obino Oleka. There's Mo Jones. And folks, we like having fun up here in the booth. By all means, give us your comments, give us your shout-outs at Steve Power NL on Twitter. Skeet comes up short on that one. Rebound to Glaze. Blazik brings it down for the 5. Blazik's going to kick it back out for Travis Relaford. Relaford holds on, brings it back out for Blazik. Blazik for Relaford. Relaford, medium range jumper. He should make that all day long, and he does so. Oleka just a little bit late, coming over to help.
Yeah, and that's Relaford's game. He loves the little mid-range game, attacking the basket, and that's a great play by him.
Kaplan from the corner for 3, and Diego Kaplan. Now that's a guy, I gotta ask you, like, it seems like the guy rarely misses, but he doesn't play a lot of minutes.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys on this team that are shooters, per se, and Diego Kaplan is one of them. And a lot of times, there's just not enough room or enough playing time to go around. And Diego Kaplan falls victim to that sometimes.
Yeah, I can buy that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to give you the different strokes. What you talk about, Willis, sort of thing. But no, you know, something that makes sense. Once again, that's why you are the analyst. I got to think Glenn Davis will be coming out now. We're starting to see the old chest start to huff and puff, and Big Bad Wolf going to blow your house down here. You see Keith Wright Jr. getting ready to come back in the game, along with Des Lee. And Davis indeed will come out. And Oleka. Really liking how Coach Doug Plum is moving the guys in and out here. I got to say I'm impressed.
Yeah, great job by Doug Plum. Well, the Edge have such a deep bench that you have this ability to roll so many players in per night, and especially with a game tomorrow and having a bit of a lead, you want to work guys in, get some guys playing time, because you never know what's going to happen tomorrow.
Listen, in this league, you never know what's going to happen in the next 5 minutes. Lee took a bit of a smack there. He goes down, and Grandy Glaze laying the chop on the Des Lee there. Lee's still down on the floor in a little discomfort.
I think
Actually,
he got hit
a
in
lot of discomfort.
in the sensitive areas.
Yeah, he did too, or I don't know, maybe his hand. No. Perhaps right in the Joe Jetsons. Des Lee gingerly going to bring it back down the floor. He will bring it out. Put it in the hands of Junior Cadogan. Cadogan for Skeet. Skeet in for Keith Wright Jr. Wright Jr. at the top of the key. Back out for Cadogan. Shot clock to 10 now. Cadogan out for Lee. Lee, nice little movement with Diego Kaplan. And Des Lee knocks it down again for another 3-ball for the St. John's Edge.
Yeah, and fantastic work by the St. John's Edge against this zone of the Sudbury Five. Moving the ball around, all players on the floor touching the ball, and making the Sudbury Five work on defense. And in turn, they're getting open looks, and they're knocking them down.
Skeet to Cadogan. Cadogan for Skeet, in for Lee. Lee thought about it momentarily, going to kick it outside. Good ball movement once again. Cadogan inside. That's good defense there by the Sudbury Five there to close up the zone, and they certainly caused a turnover. Shot from the outside for 3. Can't get it to go, and Sudbury really getting let down from beyond the arc tonight, Ryan.
Yeah, this is a team that likes to get up and down and shoot a lot of threes, and some nights they're just not falling, and, you know, you fall short, but that, you know, this is the recipe that they want to play with, and, you know, some nights when they have it going, they're going to put up 120 points. Other nights they're going to put up 70 points.
Here you go, Kaplan from way outside there. He hit that one from George Street somewhere, and that's going to drop down. Blazik comes back and says, anything you can do, I can do better. Mitch Blazik from way outside, and he knocks down his second 3 this quarter. Speaking of shooting, teams starting to heat up. An offensive affair here indeed. 78-55 in favor of St. John's. Foul call away from the ball there. Have a look at the percentage of St. John's. 43% from three-point land. And I got to have a look at Diego Kaplan. 4 for 4 from beyond the arc. And Des Lee, 7 for 12. Wow. Big shooters there. And folks, a little reminder, Carl English isn't playing. We said it earlier in the year when St. John's lost those first 2 games. Folks, don't give up on this team. They're too good. And they're starting to show it here now.
Yeah, and they've made some moves that have, like bringing in Glenn Davis and Abino Oleka, which have really impacted the team and allowed Coach Doug Plum to go into his bench early and often. And they're controlling the glass now, which has really helped them you know, create extra possessions for themselves. And when you get extra possessions, you put up more points and you get more open looks.
Like that one there from Keith Wright Jr. Glaze coming down. Sudbury trying to push the pace a little. Grandy Glaze underneath the basket. That's a nice basket there. Sudbury starting to put some offensive numbers on the board here. Answering the edge, tit for tat.
Yeah, good job by Sudbury here in transition. Glaze gets good position on the inside, and his teammate finds him, and he makes it.
Junior Cadogan goes hard to the rim. He gets the basket. And the foul, Blazik shouting at the referee saying he got fouled. That's a neat trick if you can see that one. Someone driving to the rim and he fouls you. I'm looking at you for what you got to say about it.
It's not Blazik.
Oh, that's right, it's not. Who is it?
Chandler?
Chandler, Antoine. I should have known, the man bun. Not going by numbers and going by hair bands, facial features, and accessories.
Yeah, Chandler thought he got hit in the face by Cadogan there and swinging his arm backwards, and thought that it should have been an offensive foul.
Nice little popping shot there by, I believe it's Dixon. Sudbury into a little mini press now. Sudbury offensively starting to put it together, but unfortunately for them, they need some stops. St. John's still seemingly scoring at will, coming on the floor. Keith Wright Jr. to the basket. He'll put it up and in, and that's another example of what we're talking about. In the beginning of the year, Keith Wright Jr. couldn't back people up like that and bring it to the rim, but he's doing it now. What's the change?
No, he's really developed, and I think he's found a new bit of confidence. And he gets the ball on the inside. He's not worried about getting his shot blocked anymore. He just goes up strong and finishes, and that's great to see from the big man.
Mo Jones grabs a rebound there. Jones into the paint, going to kick it outside for Cadogan. Wide open for three. Cadogan can't grab it, though. Jones with some great hustle there on the rebound. Jones saying he was pushed out of bounds. And if indeed that was dangerous, and that is indeed the call by the official, so Jones was right, I guess. And one of them like that, are you surprised that's not a flagrant?
Nah, not much there, I don't think. He did get pushed, but
the guy's going full out to try to save the ball out of bounds. Don't take much of a push to really hurt a guy there.
No, but you got to look at the size difference between the two. You got Dixon and Mo Jones. A push by Dixon affects Mo Jones a little bit more than others.
I do buy that, yeah, I buy that, but I'm come from the school, you're going all out towards the sideline. Actually, Jones was in midair. I didn't care if that was Glenn Davis. Any little push is going to be a dangerous push.
Yeah, for sure. I don't think a lot of intent there, though. I don't think he really meant to push him. So to get a flagrant foul, you got to have some sort of malice, some sort of intent to injure. And I think just a good call by the ref as a common foul. Edge get the ball back, and unfortunately they turn it over, and Sudbury goes the other way. But
I don't know. I think that's 3 times in a row you've been right tonight. Or I've been wrong, maybe. But either way, the score, you're doing well on the scoreboard here tonight.
Happens every now and then.
Just like the St. John's Edge, up 86-62 here in the dying seconds of this third quarter. Dixon underneath, can't get it to drop. Junior Cadogan coming down with some speed for Des Lee. Lee, they wanted to jam that really bad. Lee manages to touch it in for the easy basket, but you can tell they wanted to really put that down.
Yeah, for sure. But great pass by Cadogan and good finish by Lee in transition.
Blazik on the outside, guarded by Wright Jr. Wright Jr. trying to have Blazik shoot it. He comes up short there. That ball chipped out of bounds. Going to be St. John's ball. 1 second left. Logan Stutz can't believe it. He thought that was, and they're going to have a little chat about it. I thought it was St. John's ball too. I thought that was pretty clear.
Yeah, I didn't see much there. Foley thought that went off of Dixon.
Yeah.
But the referees are going to have a little chat here, and this could be a change.
And they did change it too. Yeah. Satnam Singh going to check in the game for a little bit of extra size underneath the hoop. Or not. I think Coach had Singh in there. He's here just to put some pressure on the ball.
Yeah.
So, third quarter in the books. St. John's in a commanding lead right now, dare I say it, by a score of 88-62. If my grade 10 math serves me well, that's a 26-point lead right now for the St. John's Edge. Stick with us. We'll be back for the call to the fourth quarter.
Jingle bells and Santa Claus coming down my chimney. Jack Frost is biting outside, but in here it's Yuletide glee. Yeah, I'll hang some mistletoe to get to know you better. Come raise the glass, we're celebrating life together. It's Christmas time, I've been waiting all year. It's Christmas time, gonna bring you good cheer. It's Christmas time, ain't no place to look out your tears. It's Christmas time, my baby.
love me, I tell her only partly. I only love my.
Outside for Kaplan. Kaplan shooting. There's the first miss for Diego Kaplan. That was from way outside. Easy basket in transition down the floor for the Sudbury Fives. Travis Relaford. Satnam Singh into the game here now for St. John's. Mo Jones trying to find some space. They're going to put it in for Singh. Singh out from the post. Big fella's going to take the shot, and he's going to knock it down. And listen to these fans giving Satnam Singh the big ovation here, and he's benched. Boy, you know something, Ryan? You and I have talked a little bit off camera about Satnam Singh and wondering his role and all that. But I tell you what, a guy hits a shot like that and you get that reaction from the bench, that tells you something about that guy's character.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, we're wondering what his role is here. Boy, if he's that big of a well-liked and a glue guy, wow, you know, they're up by 26 and he hits a 12-foot jumper. You wouldn't know that was a buzzer beater to win the game.
Yeah, and I think that's due to the fact that he's a fan favorite here. He's always out interacting with the team.
Sure.
With the fans. He has teammates that love him.
His teammates like him, though. That's the thing. I get the fans and he's good in the community. I get all that, and that's part of the game. But to see his teammates react like that, that's pretty cool. That's pretty impressive to me.
Yeah, great to see.
Glenn Davis only got here Friday, and Glenn Davis was up, first one up on his feet for the big guy. Here's Jones. Mo Jones Sr. back down the floor now for St. John's. Puts the ball in the hands of Jaron Skeet. Skeet back for Jones. Shot clock under 10. Jones gonna have to make something happen soon. Jones from way outside makes it happen indeed. Shoots it over Travis Relaford. That was a tough shot.
Yeah, tough step back jumper, but Mo Jones is too good and knocks it down.
Satnam Singh causing some trouble underneath the basket on defense. The big man causes Dixon to miss. We got a foul call against Sudbury. Thought it might have been a jump ball, but it is a foul instead. St. John's will take possession.
Yeah, Williams Jr. They're getting a little bit frustrated and coming over the back of Bino Aleka. And great job by Aleka not to react, because he gave him a little bit of a shove afterwards and no reaction. Great to see.
No reaction to that at all. Here's Jared Skeet. Skeet puts it in for Kaplan. Kaplan, what's he doing in by the glass? Does he know how to make a layup? Apparently so. He's probably looking for 3 points for that one as well. Diego Kaplan, an offensive juggernaut here for this St. John's team. There's a shot from the corner. That was going to be a 3-point shot, I believe, or is it only a 2? What's your call?
3 shots.
That will be 3 shots, says Ryan. And going to the foul line will be
Williams Jr.
Williams Jr. Thank you very much, Dexter Williams Jr. Stepping up to the line here for the Sudbury Five.
Williams Jr., of course, filling in for Blend, who was put on IR earlier today.
Ah, that's a big loss for Sudbury Five, indeed.
Yeah, we wish him a speedy recovery, and hopefully Sudbury can weather the storm without him.
Williams Jr., with his last offering, gets it to fall. We'll have some substitutions coming in. Grandy Glaze going to come back into the game for Sudbury. This one not going how Grandy Glaze would have liked to see it tonight. There's no doubt.
No, definitely not the game that he was looking for. He was looking to come back in and get a win here at Mile 1. But not going his way so far.
Something really funny is going to have to happen in this one for that to happen. Here's Kaplan. Kaplan kicks it around for Nickens. Nickens for three. Jared Nickens gets on the score sheet. And Nickens knocks down a tough three-point shot there. Nice shot there by the big man.
Yeah, and that's Nickens' game. Coming off the screen there, getting his feet set, and knocking down the three.
St. John's content to just go in and out. Here's Satnam Singh. Singh drew some contact, couldn't get the rebound though. Now Singh's gonna go up again, and Singh puts it up and down, and Satnam Singh is into it now. He liked that one.
Yeah, and great job by Oleka on the offensive glass, keeping that ball alive, and getting it back to Satnam Singh, who finishes off with the left hand. Great play by the big man.
Singh now watches Braylon Rayson step up, and he's gonna put that one down.
Teammates on the bench saying, at least put a hand up, big man.
Yeah. I'm a scorer now, Satnam Singh. I'm a scorer. Kaplan into the hands of Skeet. Skeet now back for Singh. Singh comes around. Singh puts it to the floor. Singh travels through the paint, but travels is indeed what he did. And the big man getting excited here, trying to get on that score sheet a little bit more. That's one thing, if he's a little closer, he's dangerous. His sheer girth and size makes him dangerous.
Yeah, he's got great length and great size, which allows him to finish around the basket. You know, got a little bit too excited there. He's made a couple buckets. Yeah.
Albino Oleka grabs a rebound, puts the ball in the hands of Jaron Skeet. Skeet's going to bring it down the floor. Skeet now slowing things down. No doubt looking for Diego Kaplan. Or he might just pull up for a long three-point shot like that one. Can't get it to drop. Grandy Glaze going to bring it down the floor. Glaze puts it into the hands of Antoine Chandler. Chandler now over for Rayson. Rayson from way outside, and that's the Braylon Rayson this Sudbury Five team has come to know and love. Rayson can really score in bunches.
Yeah, for sure. And Mo Jones has been guarding him most of the night, not on the floor right now, and has done a fantastic job of shutting him down, forcing him out of the spots that he likes, and forcing him into some tough shots.
Here's Nickens. Nickens pulls up, puts in the hands of Singh. Singh couldn't hold on to that one. Ball comes down the floor. We got a foul away from the ball, and that'll go against St. John's. And pretty low fouls here to start this. We've seen St. John's with 5 or 6 in the last couple of games at this point. They just commit their second of this fourth quarter. 102-75. Edge in control here at Mile 1 tonight.
Great defense there by Kaplan.
Diego Kaplan. A little bit of Christmas thievery there. Kaplan to the corner for Nickens. Nickens a wide open look, and Jared Nickens starting to heat up on the outside himself. Obina Oleka causes a turnover. Referees looking for the call, and it will go to the Edge's way. And looking at Coach Logan Stutz down there, I don't know what's going through that young man's mind. I don't think there's anything he can do to stop this here tonight.
No.
Because one of these times, I guess, is just not your night, and it's not that night for the Sudbury Five here tonight.
Yeah, and I think Coach Stutz knows that, and you know they'll regroup and they'll come out tomorrow night looking to play a little bit better for sure.
Offensive foul called against Keith Wright Jr. as he's back in the game for Satnam Singh. Singh with some good quality minutes there for St. John's.
Yeah, for sure. Good job by the big man, getting in, getting a few rebounds, a few points. Getting the bench going, getting the crowd back into the game.
Here's Rayson. Rayson drives through, can't get that one to fall. Wright Jr. comes up and grabs the rebound. Kaplan for St. John's. Kaplan double teamed up top. Kaplan showing some pretty good ball handling skill here, Diego Kaplan. Perhaps not just a shooter. Here's Skeet. Skeet at the top of the key. Moves one over for Obina Oleka. Shot clock down to 4. Oleka's going to have to put one up from some distance. Gets it to go. Wright Jr. was in the fray. Couldn't grab the rebound. Grandy Glaze is there to pull it down. Rayson into the inside. Nice move there by Dixon. Dixon gets up and puts it up and down. Oleka puts the inbounds into the hands of Jaron Skeet. Skeet now. St. John's doing their best to work some clock here, putting the ball in the hands of Diego Kaplan. Kaplan in for Nickens. Nickens, a little bit of room there. Nickens, little short range jumper, can't get it to fall though. Ball is going to go the other way. Obina Aleka thought it might have been edge ball, but instead it will go to the Sudbury Five. We're going to have a timeout here. 5:23 left to go. St. John's in the driver's seat. 105-77. Braylon Rayson going to bring the ball up the floor here for the Sudbury Five. Rayson kicks it outside. Back to him in the corner for three. Rayson's shot up and down, can't go. Keith Wright Jr. will grab the rebound for St. John's. Seeing Diego Kaplan play a lot more minutes in this fourth quarter. Starting to get a little bit of vision for how he handles the ball. How about how he passes? What a pass there for Obina Aleka.
Yeah.
Little look away for Obi-Wan going through.
Yeah, great pass and a play drawn up by Doug Plum at that time. And you see him giving a little high five to Coach Marcus there on the.
You gotta like that. I coach a lot of sports, Ryan, and hockey obviously is my game, but as much as I've coached, I've never ever scored. But that's as close as you come to scoring as coaching, if you say that. If the coach draws a play up like that and it happens, you give the coach a little tap. Nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, 100%.
Rayson back down the floor, kicks it outside. Wide open shot there, and that'll be knocked down for three. By, I don't know. Here's Skeet. Jaron Skeet outside for Kaplan. Kaplan now. Kaplan puts the ball on the floor. Kaplan kicks it to the outside there for Nickens. Nickens, you can tell Nickens wants to keep shooting. He wants to heat up. He knows he's got the skill. He just wants the ball a little more. And we made we talk a little bit about off camera. There's only so much floor time to go around, and a lot of these guys somewhat maybe the same skill set. Nickens is a shooter. Kaplan's a shooter. Carl English is a shooter. Jaron Skeet likes to shoot. There's only so many shots in a game.
Yeah, for sure. And that's, up to Coach Plum to decide who's hot that night and
Absolutely.
to roll with who's going, right? So
Coach Plum don't like this little turn of events. Sudbury Five putting a few together. And is this a point now with just 3:20 left? Is this about tomorrow night now, Ryan? Is this about Sudbury maybe putting together a good little flourish to finish this game to get ready for tomorrow?
yeah, for sure. They want to see a few baskets go in. Want some guys to make some shots. They hopefully come out tomorrow night a little sharper, a little quicker, making some shots early in the game tomorrow night. But for Coach Doug Plum, this is a teaching moment. This is where you want your guys to play hard, no matter what the score is, and you don't want to let these guys get going because the Sudbury Five have some players who can really fill up the basket quick. So if they see the ball go in tonight, tomorrow night could be a rough night for the Edge.
Speaking of tomorrow night, folks, if you're in St. John's, come on down here to Mile 1. Great action, student night too. Any student ID, junior high, high school, memorial, college. I'd say you can probably get the Steve Power University. Tell them you go to my school, listen to the webcast. You might get a ticket for 10 bucks. You never know. Student night here at Mile 1. Come on down. Great night to come on down midweek in downtown St. John's and enjoy some fantastic Edge basketball and have a little night out for yourself afterwards in beautiful St. John's. Come on down. 7 o'clock tomorrow night, St. John's and the Sudbury Five back-to-back in this home and home series. Right now, Diego Kaplan keeps on scoring. He's like the Energizer Bunny. He just keeps going.
Yeah, he's a guy who loves to fill up the basket. You can tell that he loves to score and he loves to shoot. Every time he gets the ball, he's looking to score and looking to create.
At the line, Sudbury Five coming up a little bit short there. Braylon Rayson starting to put some points on the board. Des Lee hasn't played in, has he played in the fourth quarter? I don't believe so.
He hasn't, no.
Still leading all scorers. That's how good he was early on. Kaplan for Nickens. Nickens, you know he wanted to pull up and shoot that one. Instead, he takes the extra dribble in 3 steps and goes in for the layup.
Yeah, great play by Nickens there. Using a little inside-out dribble, creating some space, and using the glass to finish.
Here's Dixon. Dixon comes in, Singh with a rejection there. Big man gets all ball on that one, knocks it out of bounds. Satnam Singh getting some extra minutes here. Ball's kicked out into the corner. Wide open underneath the hoop is somebody from the Sudbury Five. Puts it off the glass for 2. Here's Skeet. Skeet pushes off D'Alembert up top. Skeet now gonna challenge in for Nickens. Nickens comes off the screen and he's got it going on now. It's one of those nights you almost wonder, come on Edge, don't waste them all tonight, save some for tomorrow, but when you're hot you gotta keep going. Hey, that's the way it is in this game. You don't take nights off, you keep your foot on the pedal and you keep going.
Yeah, exactly. And when you got your shot going, you can hit a couple shots. This is exactly what Nickens needs. Last few games he struggled with his shot, and to see a few go in should be good for the big guy.
Nickens short range jumps in, and Jared Nickens with those couple becomes the number 3 scorer for St. John's tonight. There's a long shot, rebound grabbed by Kaplan. Kaplan puts in the hands of Skeet. Skeet becoming the distributor in this fourth quarter. He's the floor general for St. John's tonight. Hand the ball around. And Jared Nickens likes where Skeet is going. Here's Skeet to the basket, a little bit of a lazy layup there. It's almost like a last-minute afterthought. Doesn't really matter though. St. John's in control by a score 116-90. Here with a $1:23 left to go.
Yeah, issue with the shot clock here, I think. Didn't reset, so here we go.
The only issue for the Sudbury Five tonight is the score clock. They'd like to get that one reset. They're going to have to wait for tomorrow for that. Back error again at Mile 1 tomorrow night. Shot from the outside. That is going to drop for 2. That's Dexter Williams Jr. Got the headband, see, I can remember. Jaron Skeet for the Edge, coming up to the 1-minute mark in this one. Edge just going to play it out now. Out for Kaplan. Kaplan in for Oleka. Satnam Singh, you can see Singh really wants the ball. My goodness, it's almost funny to watch. You can see he's shaking them big hands. And I haven't met Satnam personally, but from everything I hear, he's just an A1 guy. Class act, real nice man.
Yeah, from what I hear as well, everyone here around loves him. And, you know, very popular on social media so far.
Here's Singh, lays one off the basket. That one's a little bit too hard. Comes down, he's going to have to come back on defense. There's a 3-point shot from the outside from another member of the Sudbury Five. Skeet, 20 seconds left. 118-98. Favorite St. John's, Diego Kaplan, going to hold on. And the St. John's Edge fans giving the home team a little bit of a hand here tonight. Big effort from the Edge tonight. And they follow it up with a back-to-back wins the weekend. They've gone streaking, folks. Get Will Farrell in. It's officially a streak now. 4 in a row for the St. John's Edge. Final thoughts, Ryan Brockerville. Final thoughts, Ryan. Your final thoughts, Ryan, on this clinic put on by the Edge tonight.
Yeah, I think a great game all around, offensively, defensively. Great job by the Edge. From start to finish, they were strong defensively, playing really good defense, limited what is a good team in Sudbury Five. Who could really
a team that was 7-3 coming in here tonight.
Yeah, exactly. So did a great job of shutting them down offensively, holding them to 98 points, and really filled it up on offense. And played as a team, I think, is what really set them apart in this game. Moving the ball very quickly, using everybody on the floor. A good team effort by the Edge, and a great win.
This is starting to be the team we thought we were going to see. They're starting to come together, and you know something, when we saw them back when they played the Moncton Magic, which seems like forever ago, they were barely together. And I know, I'm not taking nothing away from Moncton Magic. They are the king of the heap here now. They're undefeated. They are the kings of the NBLC. But I can't wait to see them again. This team is not the team they played before. So, we are done here tonight. Final score of this one, the St. John's Edge going to take it home, 118 over the Sudbury Five, 98. We'll be back 7 o'clock tomorrow night here at Mile 1 for St. John's Edge basketball. For Ryan Brockerville, our producer, Tristram Clark, and Mark Chafe, I'm Steve Power. Have a good night.